of wanted to get on here and talk about why I love WandaVision so much, considering tomorrow is when we are getting the trailer for Marvel Television's Vision Quest. And I kind of want to put things into perspective. So I wasn't a fan of Marvel until 2021. And I remember seeing the trailer for WandaVision on YouTube. There was a trending page, and that was one of the things on it. So I often frequently scroll through it, and I would see what was coming out. And I was like, wow, this is black and white, and it's Marvel. And I'm so confused. And I don't remember my thoughts. I don't remember when I saw it entirely. I don't know if I even watched that full trailer. I scrolled through the comments, but I had literally no idea who Scarlet Witch was. I had no idea who Vision was. I have only saw a Spider-Man movie and Big Hero 6. I remember seeing the commercials of the promo on Disney Channel for Doctor Strange, Guardians of the Galaxy, and also Ant-Man and the Wasp. A few months later, I believe, somebody had a Discord poll of help me choose my profile picture. One was Darcy Lewis, and then one was this other character. I cannot remember who it was. And I was like, who's Darcy? What's WandaVision? Because I guess I remembered seeing the trailer for it, at least little bits of it. And later on, I was Googling spoilers. So I knew Agatha all along. I've seen edits of the show. I've seen memes. I've seen clips. I've seen why Elizabeth Olsen hates her sisters, Mary Kate and Ashley Olsen. I'm just that's untrue. However, she's related to them. My favorite sitcom as a child was Full House, and I had no idea Lizzie existed. So I found out Lizzie on her own through Wanda. And I love Lizzie. She's great. So I feel like Scott saying that, Wanda, you're great, in Civil War. And so after that, I was on the Discord server, and I was like, hey, how does someone get into Marvel? And then you see the list, the long list, which has significantly grown since 2021. I've caught up. Thank you. Timeline order and release order. And I was like, wow, I don't know what to do. And I was like, okay, we're going to start timeline order. And so I watched the first Avenger. And then I was like, man, I really want to watch WandaVision. I don't know why. I'm just drawn to it. And I was like, okay, what ones is Wanda specifically in? And they said the post-credit scene for Civil War. Fuck. I'm so sorry. Sorry. Civil War is on my brain, and it's been on my brain because I love Civil War. So shut up. I know what the Winter Soldier. Okay, I know. I'm not a fake fan. I promise. Okay, so they're the end credit scene for the Winter Soldier, Captain America and the Winter Soldier, and also she was in. So I watched that on YouTube. I'm so sorry. Okay, and then Age of Ultron, Civil War, Infinity War, and Endgame. So you can imagine how confused I was during Infinity War and Endgame. Who's Thanos? I remember Thanos from the Fortnite and Marvel collab. Because I loved that game mode. Because you respond, and I suck at Fortnite. Fortnite literally made me say my first ever swear words. So, yeah. So, aside from that, I had no idea what was going on. And then I got to watch WandaVision, and I love that show. I won't really go into things in detail, but I have a lot of trauma, and with that, I can relate to Wanda Maximoff to the point where I see myself in her, in a sense, metaphorically. The way she handles her mental health and her journey with grief, I can see myself in. Minus the chaos magic and reality warping and all of that stuff, okay, in Westview. And I did not take a town of 3,000 people hostage. But, the way she blocks out her trauma and the way she handles her depression in episode 7, I'm like, wow, I relate. This is awesome. So she became my comfort character. So my favorite character that brings me comfort is what that means, essentially. And it just, I'm so glad I got to see WandaVision in my lifetime, and I think it truly came in to my life at like when it should have. I don't know what I was gonna say really. And also, two of my best friends love WandaVision. It's their favorite show, and it kind of made me get closer with them. And we got to watch. What did we watch together? I'm such a bad person. We watched Fantastic Four together when we met for the first time in person. And we're going to see Doomsday, which is really exciting. And we also got together to scroll Twitter, the only time I've ever used Twitter, X now, for San Diego Comic-Con updates. So you could have seen how we were like, oh man, we didn't get a Vision Quest trailer. So yeah, we're gonna get it tomorrow. So it's fine. And we're all super excited and super scared. But I guess to kind of put things into perspective is back to my trauma. Wow, trauma that big to strangers is that I've went through a lot of back-to-back and continuous grief over like the past few years. There's kind of been a break, and then there was a break, but it was just continuous and very present in my life where it just messed everything up. So, but more recently is the most impact that grief has had in my life is that my mom passed away. I think it was 2023. And you may be like, you're saying you think. I block out my trauma, okay? It was on January 14th, which is the day before the Wandavision anniversary. And so the tradition my friends and I have is we would watch like WandaVision on the first, on like the day it came out originally, like the first 2 episodes, and then every following week we would watch the episode when it released. So that's something we were going to do. And also we made an edit on Instagram because I was like an avid Instagram editor for WandaVision, and I would constantly make edits, and I'm still really proud of those, but it's something I've given up on because I was making an edit on that account, the moment my mom had passed away, the moment we got the call, because we were not able to be with her at that moment. And ever since, I've tried to get back into editing, but I cannot really do that right now. I'm not in the place to do that. So there was that. And I decided to eventually get a tattoo of Vision's words, but what is grief if not love persevering? Because that left such an impact on me ever since I've heard that, because before she had passed away, I'd just gone through lots of grief, and it brought comfort to me, just like it did to Wanda. So I have that on my arm right here. Can you tell? I think so. So I have that on my arm, and those words have just left a meaningful impact on my life, and this show has as well. And I'm very thankful to it, and I'm really thankful that we are getting Vision Quest, and I'm also thankful to all the writers of WandaVision and Agatha Long, and I'm assuming Vision Quest, because they're going to do amazing. I'm also very thankful for the Empower special we had, because that came out after my mom had passed away, and they talked about Monica Rambeau losing her mom and grief, and that just helped me a lot, and I'm very thankful for that. So yeah, I'm super thankful, and that's all I'm going to say, but I just want to say that it's really great how we can find ourselves in fictional characters and have series out there that can bring us joy and comfort and help us as well. So I cannot wait for Vision Quest. I'm really excited.